The rabbit hole. Hi, Pa. Okay. The only active console in this derelict span of U-bound platform is an old video game arcade machine. CRT monitor set into the machine's cabinet glows invitingly. Cheerful, pixelated graphics swirl and dance on the screen. Investigate. At the base of the control panel, you find a cleverly hidden input port. The port is shrouded in black plastic and it appears to be the approximate shape of a typical grid stick. Insert Amsel's decoded grid stick. Internal motors grip the grid stick and pull it into the machine. It disappears into the port, and the screen goes black. Moments later, a video image fills the screen. The picture is dark and grainy, a far cry from the bright, colorful sprites that previously inhabited the display. On the screen is a dimly lit office. The place looks like it was pulled straight from an old detective movie. The Venetian blinds on the windows, the great swaths of shadows that paint the walls black. Center stage, sitting behind a large mahogany desk, is a silhouette of an impressive-looking woman in a charcoal gray suit. The tip of a cigarette glows cherry red in the shadows. She leans forward into the light, and you catch your first glimpse of Alice. Her face is all hard planes and sculpted angles, with the high cheekbones and almond eyes. Her lips are painted a frigid blue, but the look in her eyes is even colder. A head of lustrous black hair is interspersed with flowing streams of cyan white. Alice exhales a plumage of smoke, then tips her cigarette into a nearby ashtray. She fixes her eyes on you and her lips curl into a humorous smile. We're on your dime, friend. Tell me what you're looking for. I need you to find someone for me, Dr. Adrian Vauclair. She raises an eyebrow. The Dragon Slayer. Interesting. He's been missing for a long time. Yes, he has. The question is, can you find him? She looks you in the eye and the smile disappears. Her voice is all business. If he's out there somewhere, I'll find him for you. He could be living under an assumed name in California Free State and I'd still track him down. And if he's not alive, I'll tell you where you can find his corpse. Speaking of corpses, Alice, I think I might know who you really are. Oh. Alice leans toward you, her smile spreads into a predatory grin. Do tell. There was a member of Echo Mirage named Alice Hefner. She died back in 2029 fighting the crash virus. Rumor has it she still exists in the Matrix. She calls herself Alice too. An interesting theory. I fear that my price to confirm or deny it would fall well outside your price range. Alice leans back in her chair. For now, let's get back to business at hand. Let's. Alice steeples her fingers. Alright. Here's how this is going to work. When you give me the go-ahead, I'm going to start gathering information for you. Once I've finished, you're going to bring me a cred stick encoded with an encryption key that I'll provide you. That cred stick will have 50,000 yen on it. When I can get my cred stick, you get your information. That is the deal. Take it or leave it. There's no way we can have that. How are we gonna get that money? Yeah, price gouging, huh? For neo-anarchists, you behave an awful like an old world puppeteer. Yeah, take it or leave it, I guess. We're not in any position to hackle here, so okay. Okay, but remember, you say go, and I go. From that point on, you're on the hook to pay me my fee. No turning back, no refunds. Are we square on this? We're square. Good, I'll be in touch. The screen goes black. Moments later, the machine reboots. Colorful surprise that you saw when you first approached the arcade cabinet returned. There's nothing more to see here. Alice is gone. Yeah, 50,000 credits. I'm just gonna pull that out of my ass somehow. That's going to be a problem. We are going to have to start working. And not just working, we need to go... We need to do some work to gear up, but we have to go after something major. Where's my drone? Yeah, we are a bit short on the cash at the moment. We don't even have 2,000 credits and we're gonna have to come up with 50,000. Yeah. Aunt May, did you make contact? Yes, I did. She accepted your payment and I ordered a search for the information we need. I can't imagine that this will be cheap. What was Alice's stated price? Right on that count, 50,000. He shrugs. It is about as I had expected. Thankfully we are prepared for this. I have established contact with a number of new clients, so you can find information on the jobs log on your mission computer. One jobs file is on there already. While you're working to earn Alice's fee, I will continue to dig up clues about Firewing. If she is in fact cruising under the heartfelt manner, then there must be some evidence to support that fact. The dragon is a large thing to hide after all. Yeah, just be careful, Paul. Remember what happened to Monica. I'll never forget. Don't worry, Aunt May. I'm going to conduct my investigation the old-fashioned way, through contacts and deduction and careful observation. I will not jack into the Matrix until this entire story episode is finished. Yeah, that's probably wise. Speaking of doing things the old-fashioned way, Malit is working to recover information on those other DVDs. It's a painstaking process and it will not be quick, but she is optimistic that she will be successful in time. Finally, I've been checking up on our friend, the orc with the green skin grafts. I haven't heard anything back yet, but I'll keep you appraised as the situation develops. Yeah. Sounds good. I'll go check up on those jobs. One last thing before you go. Samuel Beckenbauer wanted me to pass a message to you. You know him, the orc who runs the shelter across the way? Yeah, we've met. Well, he has a job for you. He wouldn't discuss it with me, but he promised that it would prove worth your time. Jobs, jobs, jobs. Yeah, raise 50,000 yen to pay Alice. Good. I've got nothing more to say, boss, yeah. Any thoughts about the last run? Nope, nothing right now. Hey, tell me more about the chrome you're supporting. It's not the story I'm interested in telling out of context. If you really want to get into it, we're going to need to go back, way back. She stares at you with her cold dead eyes. Not sure that you want to do that. You say that you'll give me answers when we talk about your past, so let's talk about it. Why do you care? There's no hostility in her voice. If anything, she sounds suspicious. So I'm the leader of this team, and I need to know as much as I can about the runners who are working with me. She pauses for a moment considering, then she nods. Alright, fine, we can talk, but we're doing it on my terms. This is a long story, Aunt May, long and ugly and cruel. Are you sure you want to hear this? Please. Alright, I'm going to start at the beginning, not for you, for me. I guess that it might help me to say all of this out loud. She takes a deep breath and slowly releases it. When she speaks, her voice comes out in a cool monotone. My family lived in Stuttgart. It was a nice enough place, I suppose. My parents worked as wage slaves for the IFMU. My mom was a good person. Once upon a time, my father was a decent person as well. That's what Mom always told me, but I never knew him that way. She pauses for a long moment. When she begins speaking again, some of the ice has fallen away from her voice. For the first time since you met her, Lori sounds alive. The dad that I knew was an old damaged Eurowar vet who turned to hardline religion to make sense of the world. In Stuttgart, that meant either the Ritter Christi or their fascist cousins, the Cruise Ritters. My father chose the latter path. I still remember hiding in my room when my father had his Cruise Ritter brothers over for a prayer group. They would drink and get rowdy, and then an hour or two riling them up with talk about heretics and the devil's work. Then they'd go find some poor elf or dwarf, stomp the living shit out of him, and drown him in the nectar. In the Neckar. Meanwhile, I'd be holed up at home with Mom, who would commemorate the event by drinking a bottle of wine and crying herself to sleep. Yep. No child should have to grow up around that. Thanks, Aunt May, this is difficult for me. Thank you for making it easier. Anyway, aside from the fact that my dad and his buddies were a bunch of murderous assholes, life was pretty normal. Went to school, made friends, hung out with my mom, did stuff. Then I turned 14 and everything went to shit. Lori pauses, then swallows hard, ever so slightly, her cheeks flushed red. Suddenly, she looks self-conscious, as if she just snapped out of a trance. As quickly as it came, the flash of emotion disappears. Her voice frosts over. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Yeah, airing this stuff out is clearly helping you to work through it. Yes, it is. Lori stares at you through cold dead eyes. I'm not going to be able to get through this in one sitting. You need to understand that. She turns away from you, her movement mechanical. Now let's get back to the job at hand, shall we? Your workstation and... yeah, there's nothing new here. Okay. You have 0 unread messages. The jobs. Pending or active? Pending. Pharma cleanup job. Hamsel's face winks in onto the screen. Here you will find the complete transcript of my conversation with her Fox, potential client. The job seems to be relatively straightforward and the payout is reasonable. One word of caution before you proceed. There are aspects of this run that you might find morally troubling. Be sure to read and understand the specifics of the job before accepting. If you do accept, you will be expected to carry out the requirements of the job in full. After reading the transcript, you may choose whether or not to accept the job. If you respond in the affirmative, our client will be notified and I will make all necessary preparation for the run. Okay. This is a discussion between a guest and Amsel. So, Mr. Amsel? Yes, I'm here. To whom am I speaking? You may call me Herr Fox. Very well. Please describe the work that you would like to have done. Straight to the point, I like that. Very well. I would like to retain your team's services to clean up a mess. Go on. My employer dispatches a team of operatives to conduct a quiet operation at a local sharing pharma AG lab. Unfortunately, they botched the job. The team was eliminated, but we have reliable information that one of the operatives has been taken captive. If this rogue agent were to spill information leading back to my employers, it could lead to a corporate war. A great many lives could be lost. My employers would like nothing more than to prevent such a tragic turn of events. Amsel. Ah, I see. And you wish to retain my team's services to tie up loose ends. Exactly. The captive operative is a rigger by the name of Thorvald Enstad. We need him neutralized before he can inform on us to his captors. As Enstad and his team have already put the facility on high alert, stealth will not be an option. Your team will need to shoot its way in, eliminate Enstad and exit the facility. Amsel. Straightforward enough task and well within my team's capabilities. What are you offering in terms of pay? Quest. 15,000 yen. This offer is non-negotiable. Very well, I will pass the offer on to my team. Very good. Good day, Herr Amsel. Okay, decline for now. I want to read the other one. Humanis data steal. Samuel Beckenbauer has approached me with an offer of work. Apparently an associate of his has learned some disturbing details regarding the Berlin chapter of the Humanis Poly Club. He would like to contract your team to investigate these rumors. Beckenbauer was unwilling to discuss the specifics of the job in your absence. He has requested that you speak with him in person at your earliest convenience. Okay, we need to talk to him. I don't know how this works. Alice Fund. Friend funds, oh. 10,000, required funds 50,000. I don't know how these jobs work. Are they like you all have to pick a job and from a set of jobs and then move to a next set of jobs instead of having the ability to go through them all? We'll go talk to the guy who's offering this other job. But basically, I'm wondering if there's a huge list of jobs that you have the chance to do all of them, or is it more of a fork in the road? So you choose the things that get you the most money, or things you find ethical to do. Make some kind of choices that way. And I'd like to know which one it is. It shouldn't take long to figure out because we have two jobs now. So what we are going to do is save and basically try to accept them both. See how it goes. Hello again, meine Freundin. What can I do for you? I heard you wanted to talk about a job. Yes. Yes, I do. Thank you for coming so promptly. He takes a deep breath, slowly releases it and looks you in the eye. Tell me, what do you know about the Humanis Polite Club? They're an anti-meta-human hate group. He nods. The largest and most well-funded of its kind. The instigators of the Night of Rage, and the enemy of everything that I stand for. Night of Rage? A worldwide race riot that took place in February of 2039. Thousands of innocent metahumans were attacked, beaten, and killed. Women and children were corralled into warehouses for protection, and then burned alive when the structures were put to the torch. This is what humanity stands for. This is the agenda that its leaders strive to advance. They will not be satisfied until all metahumans everywhere are driven from the face of the earth. Okay. And this job of yours has something to do with humanities. Yesterday I overheard one of my assistants talking on his comm. He was yelling, clearly agitated. I questioned him and he confided in me. What he told me made my blood run cold. Okay, what did he tell you? His brother Tuck works for a smuggling operation based in Shadowrun. Apparently these smugglers have accepted a contract from Volker Stahl. Stahl is a vicious ideologue and the leader of the Berlin chapter of Humanis. The cargo that the smugglers are delivering includes a large quantity of an extremely hazardous chemical agent. Naturally, this fills me with unease. Whatever Stahl has planned, it can't be good for us. I want you to infiltrate the smuggling operation that is delivering the shipment. Once you arrive at the Humanis compound, you will find out what they are planning to do with the chemicals and put a stop to it. Okay, wouldn't it be easier to just hijack the shipment? Why allow it to get to the Humanis compound at all? He shakes his head. No, stopping the shipment would not stop Humanis, they would merely acquire another. For a pack of snarling races, they are extremely well funded. Okay, what does the geek pay? I have contacted sister organizations across Berlin and taken up a collection. Between us, we have raised 22,000 yen as a payment. Trust that will be sufficient. Hmm, yeah, we'll do it. Excellent, I'm relieved. I will make the arrangements for your meeting with the smugglers. The leader is an elf who calls himself Maxim. Take a U-bahn to Shatternest and you will find him waiting there. Best of luck to you, Aunt May, and good hunting. Know that you are doing a great thing for the metahumans in Berlin. Your efforts will not go unrecognized. try to take the other job too. These jobs pay a lot better than I thought, so 50,000 isn't all that big of a deal. But it is several decent runs, and we'll have to buy stuff in the mean, so it'll take a lot more than just purely getting to 50,000. Okay. I'll accept the other job too. Accept the job. We don't have much cash right now. Yeah, less than 2,000. I guess I can upgrade the combat drone if I want to. At least get a B type. At the same time, I'd rather have a B and a C type. We are terrible with the weapon, basically totally useless. If I sold the weapon, could I get the... but I'm not sure we want to spend our combat effectiveness there. I'm thinking of... is the hacking in this game is more difficult. I might want to use ESPs. They were a total waste of time in the original campaign, but in this, they might not be. Hard to say. B-class drone. B-class wasn't all that big of an improvement over the C-class. It is an improvement, but it wasn't a massive improvement. We skipped over the A-class, so I have no idea if that's any good or not. S-class was insanely good. In many ways, you could get a lot, it was better than actual runners we had. I think we're going to go with the equipment we have. Yeah, there's just hope for the best. We need at least a bit of cash to do some upgrades. Question is, what about the drones? Is it worthwhile to get rid of the Doberman in order to buy the Straight 09? Well, now we could afford... yeah. Traitor and the Doberman. Okay. We're broke, but much more confident in our combat abilities now. With good reason, I think. Even the Doberman can offer a decent fire support. With both of them, I'm fairly confident I can do some proper fighting tests on my own. The only thing is, I can't move or do anything else. I'm basically... I'm immobile if I activate both drones. What do you want? A lone figure stands at the U-Bahn station, Dietrich. He raises a bottle at your approach and tosses it away. Figured I'd run into you here, boss. Wanted to be sure that I caught you before you headed off. Takes a deep breath and slowly releases it, looks you in the eye. Aunt May? We need to have a talk about this Humanis gig. Go ahead, I'm listening. I've got a history with Humanis. I fought him back in 39 during the Night of Rage. Hell of a thing that was. I remember the terror, the senseless violence, the murdered children. I remember this little dwarf boy. They stuffed his body in the gutter, Aunt May. You can still see his face, all bruised and broken. To this day it makes my blood boil. Anyway, a long story short, we beat him. Berlin's punks and anarchists all came together and we stomped the living dreck out of those racist pigs. A lot of good people died that night and we put down some of the bad ones too. So why are you telling me all this? So that you'll understand, I don't like humanists. I hate that swine. There's one of them that I've got to try to save. My nephew, Alexander. He's a good kid, Aunt May. I don't believe for a second that he's bought into their bullshit. I have it on good authority that he's signed on with humanities all the time. All the same, yeah. Why would he join a hate group if he isn't a racist? Can't say for certain, but I have a pretty strong guess. Alexander's dad is a miserable sack of a man. I wouldn't put it past him to look at humanities as a boarding school. They feed and house their recruits, and that's money that he'd rather spend on himself. So I'm asking you as a personal favor to let me come along on the run. I have to get into that compound, Aunt May. I have to find Alexander. I have to turn him around before those animals make him to do something unforgivable. Yeah, fine. I wouldn't keep you from something like this. Thanks, boss. Never doubted you'd bring me, of course. You're too good of a woman for that, but it's good to hear it all the same. Okay. I'm not sure what mission we're going on now, but whatever it is, we're ready. And we're also broke. And have no karma, so whatever it is, we'll just have to get through it.